Students, so this is the time to go ahead with the question answers of this chapter, Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. Let's get ready. But before we discuss the question answers, this is quite required that by now you all have developed an understanding of the chapter, and once the question and answers are provided to you, people don't understand that you simply are thought to cram them or just to write them down in your notebook. Before you do any of these work, it is necessary you understand the chapter first, and then before writing down the question, understand it completely. Only then it could be of some help to you people. So let's get ahead with the question answers. This is the first question. Where did the ceremonies take place? Can you name any public in India that are made of sandstone? This is one simple answer. If you can find out a better answer than this, or you think you can compose an answer on your own, but the content and the language has to be appropriate, then no problem. You can go ahead. So let me read out one answer for you. The ceremonies took place in an amphitheater which was formed by Union Buildings in Pretoria. In India, we have many public buildings made of sandstone, some of which are Rashtrapati Bhavan, Red Fort, and the Supreme Court of India in New Delhi. Sandstone means the red stoned building. You might have seen all around in Delhi and some other historical cities also. Now, can you say how 10 May is an autumn day in South Africa? You may find various answers. But since if it refers to specifically autumn day, so we need to refer to autumn because in South Africa it lies in southern hemisphere, and we can say that May falls in the autumn season over there. So this is one reason to call it an autumn day, and second reason was that it was the fall of the old practice of apartheid and hope of a new liberated free South Africa. At the beginning of his speech, Mandela mentions an extraordinary human disaster. What does he mean by this? What is the glorious human achievement he speaks at the end? So you can go ahead by reading the answer first, understand it, and then write down in your notebook. Side by side, start learning your previous chapters as well. What does Mandela thank the international leaders for? Why does he thank all the international leaders who had come from various parts of the globe to attend that swearing in ceremony? So the author thanked the international leaders for joining and supporting them in their victory of freedom, justice, and human dignity. Earlier, many nations had cut ties with South Africa because of their practice of apartheid. Similarly, further questions have been given here for your help. Till the time we meet in the school, these questions will be of extreme help to you people. Why were two national anthems sung? The two national anthems, one of the blacks, the other of the whites, were sung symbolizing equality and respect for the entire community, irrespective of their color. How does Mandela describe the systems of government in his country in the first decade? Decade means a period of 10 years, and the final decade of the 20th century. So here goes the answer. In the first decade of the 20th century, white supremacy created a system of racial domination and made life a living hell for the dark-skinned people. Mandela referred it as one of the harshest, inhumane societies of the world. And in the final decade of the 20th century, the system of apartheid has been changed into one that recognizes all humans as equal, regardless of their color, race, or gender, because this was the time when almost all the countries which were under the regime of those colonizers, they had got their freedom, and South Africa got it on 10 May 1994. What does courage mean to Mandela? As we were discussing the summary, so we learnt about this factor when he used to say that courage doesn't mean the absence of fear but the victory over it. So similarly, you can go ahead with all the question answers. Which does he think is natural, to love or to hate? I hope you know the answer. We have discussed elaborately while doing the summary of the chapter. So according to him, he believes love comes more naturally to human as opposed to hate. No one is born with hatred in his heart for another. So, and this is how you can go ahead with all the question answers. See this question: what twin obligations does Mandela mention? If you remember, we discussed this twin obligation twice, doing the first part of the summary while doing the second part of the summary. So you may expect the same question for the short answer type question. Same question can be given for long type. So if it comes for short, then this answer is sufficient. But if you get to write in long answer, then the paragraph that was given to you in the summary discussion, that would be of extreme help to you people. So according to Mandela, every person has twin obligations, one towards his family, other towards his society. So here we end with the first part of the question answer discussion. In the next lesson also we'll go ahead with some of the other question answers remaining from this chapter, since the chapter is quite a lengthy one, so is the number of question answers. But don't worry, keep learning, keep doing. Thanks for watching.